And so it begins, the build up to the big one, the September expansion. We return to the Reef, a drifting graveyard of lost ships and the domain of an awoken nation once ruled over by the Queen of the Reef, Mara Sov, whose current status remains unknown. When Oryx invaded our solar system, Mara Sov confronted his dreadnought at Saturn's rings with a fleet of awoken ships in a bid to stop the Taken King from entering the Reef and to give Earth and its guardians enough time to prepare a plan of attack and take the fight to Oryx. The awoken fleet fought bravely but was obliterated by the dreadnought's superweapon. In the immediate aftermath of the battle, Mara was feared dead by her own people, but her body was never recovered and her ship was not totally destroyed, and so a lingering uncertainty remains as to the Queen's fate. Could she have survived, and if so, where is she now? The only known survivor in the Battle of Saturn is the Queen's brother, Prince Aldrin, whose ship crashed on Mars. Aldrin suspects that his sister lives as he can somehow still sense her. The September expansion will no doubt flesh out Destiny's lore and hopefully answer a few of those nagging questions set up in the Taken King. Is the Queen still alive, and what exactly became of Prince Aldrin? Well, those of you keen to know more about Bungie's next expansion don't have too long to wait now. That's right, Bungie announced a Livestream Reveal in which they'll share what they have planned for players in Year 2, and as you can see, the Reef makes a return. Here's what Bungie had to say about the livestream. We'd like to invite you to catch a glimpse of what we have planned for the second year of Destiny 2. We have some big ideas for how we're going to transform your Guardian lifestyle and reinforce your hobby as an interplanetary hero. We'll tell you all about it and we'll do it live. We'll respond to a bunch of community feedback and unveil some brand new content. And we'll top it all off with a look at a new roadmap and exciting new promises for everyone. This will be the beginning of a conversation that will last all summer long. You won't want to miss it. Now, I'm expecting Bungie to pull out all the stops for this livestream. This is the expansion Bungie hopes will win back lapsed players, please the loyal hardcore community, and restore its somewhat tarnished reputation as a studio who makes good quality games. It's worth bearing in mind that Bungie will also add significant game updates alongside this expansion. Gear collections, records, weapon slot changes, weapon randomization, and brand new gameplay modes. Like I said at the start of the video, this is the big one. The livestream reveal will no doubt be something Bungie has worked very hard on. You can tune in to watch it Tuesday, June 5th at 9 AM Pacific time, and yes, I'll have a detailed breakdown for you right here on this channel, so, you know, if that sounds like the kind of content you want to watch, now's a great time to subscribe and turn on notifications. Cheers, famathies. Okay, so now for a little breaking news. Forbes published this article about a rumored leak from 4chan. According to the leak, Destiny 2 September expansion is called Summoning of the Nine. Now, I've read through all the details of this supposed leak, and if you want my opinion, it's fake, so I'm not going to bother wasting much more time on it. Instead, we're gonna look at this. Season 3 faction rallies will make some fundamental changes to the way the event works. This time, you'll want to give some serious consideration before deciding what faction to pledge to, as each faction offers unique rewards. Now, as well as some tasty looking armor ornaments and weapons, each faction will also offer an exotic armor ornament and catalyst that you can't earn anywhere else, and these rewards can only be unlocked through ranking up your faction vendor. You rank up by turning in faction tokens. Now, you'll unlock all faction ornaments and weapons by the time you reach rank 35, but if you want the exotic armor ornament and catalyst, you'll need to hit rank 50. Dead Orbit offers the Warlock's Eye of Another World ornament and the Graviton Lance catalyst. New Monarchy offers the Titan's Crest of Alpha Lupi ornament and the Sweet Business catalyst, and Future War Cult offers the Hunter's Knucklehead Radar ornament and the Sunshot catalyst. Now, here's where things start to get really interesting. You can only pledge to one faction per account during a faction rallies event, and here I was thinking I could grind out all 3 factions in a single event. No! And get this, there are only 3 faction rally events in Season 3, so if you want all 3 unique exotic armor ornaments and catalysts, you'll need to make sure you hit rank 50 every time you pledge to a different faction for each event. So yeah, you'll want to become pretty damn efficient at farming tokens to make sure you get every single goddamn piece of sweet precious loot for all 3 factions. And that's where this cool looking buff comes into play. It's called Renown, and it's going to help you get faction tokens fast, and as you can see here, while Renown is active, other players can see which faction you've pledged to. So how do you get Renown? Well, after pledging to a faction, you can earn Renown by completing public events, patrols, or by defeating high value targets. Players who then loot a lost sector with Renown active will receive significantly more faction tokens than usual. The more Renown you have, the more tokens you'll earn. Simple, fam. damn ting. But there is a catch. Oh yes, you'll lose renown if you die, and when renown is active, things are gonna get harder for you. Health regeneration is greatly reduced, your damage is decreased, and incoming damage is increased, so, you know, be careful out there. And just in case you were curious, yes, the faction that earns the most faction tokens will still reward a unique faction weapon. And we ain't done with faction rallies just yet. There's also faction bundles that contain a unique faction emblem, a fighting medallion, and a faction shader. Now, interestingly, once you pledge to a faction during this event, you can no longer use the other two faction emotes until this rally ends. The first faction rally event of Season 3 starts Tuesday, June 5th at 10 AM Pacific time. Who are you going to be pledging to? Leave a comment below and let me know. Personally, I gotta get me that Graviton Lance Catalyst, so Dead Orbit, here I come. Crucible Labs is now a thing. It's a playlist that allows Bungie to test out new PvP game modes. This week's game mode is called Showdown, and the rules are pretty simple. It's 4vs4, and you have to take out the enemy as many times as you can within the time limit to win each round. Best 3 out of 5 wins. If the game is tied 2-2 after 4 rounds, you play a final showdown in which you need to take down your enemies before they do the same to you. So yeah, that's about it. Bungie's taking feedback for this game mode on their forums, which I've linked below if you want to sound off. Personally, I thought the game mode was simple but fun. I look forward to seeing what other game modes Bungie puts forward. Now, it's worth noting that Crucible Labs does not count towards your Valor rank, but it does count towards your weekly Crucible milestone. And you can expect this lab to be available until the next weekly reset. God, I love the Graviton Lance. I can't wait to masterwork this beauty. Bungie is reducing the power levels of the enemies in waves 4 to 7 of Escalation Protocol. Why? So that maxed out fire teams of 3 have a chance to beat this event without having to cheese it. The event is still a challenging in-game activity, and you'll likely need to fight alongside other fire teams to beat wave 7. But if you're a maxed out fire team of 3, your chances of simply firing up Protocol and taking out the wave 7 boss just got a little bit easier. Right then, as is now tradition, it's time for my favourite part of the video, that sweet precious loot. Now, as you can see, I'm opening Luminous Engrams with my Titan, who is currently at 370 power level. As ever, the goal is to get that power level up. So we're going to start by opening a Luminous Engram with that Saki Robo douche, K6, what have you got for Papa Console? A booyaxy shaxy. We've got a Titan Mark, and we've got Merciless. I'm always very happy to see Merciless because it's an absolute beast. Now, what did this drop at? 368. Can I infuse that into this? Let me have a little look, see we can actually do that. A booyaxy shaxy. That moved me up to 373. What did my Merciless drop at? This dropped to 373. I'm extremely happy with that because I do love a bit of Merciless action. Okay, nice one. Let's move the F on. Okay, Zavala, we meet again. Of course we do. You're the bald awoken beauty that needs to give Papa Console something good. So let's open this shit and see what I effing well get. Okay, we got Gauntlets and we got a hand cannon, which is good. Now let's see if I can infuse that hand cannon into this hand cannon. We can do that, and hopefully that will move me up to, well, it's moved me up to 374, and it's moved my power level up to 371. Always a good sign when the power level goes up. And we're also going to infuse this, and hopefully that'll get me up even further still. Let's have a little look. 374, very tasty. That's moved me up to 372. Excellent progress indeed. Zavala, thank you. What else have you got for me? Let's have a look. We have the helmet, and what else did we get? We also got a scout rifle. So let me just see what the helmet dropped at. It dropped to 369. Let's infuse that. Let's move on up and let's be very happy about it. Now that's 374. So yeah, we're moving up considerably. This is really good actually. So what did this drop at? This dropped as a scout rifle. Can I infuse that into my... I can. I'm going to infuse it into my Skyburner's Oath. Let's get that out the way. A booyaxy. That's now 374. And I'm going to swap that out with this particular weapon. weapon, and that's moved me up further still. So 372, that's a good place to be. We are now going to move on to guess who? Old Shaxi Poo. Now guys, actually before I do that, I want to give a shout out to these Guardians who I think were waiting patiently for me to open my engrams with Zavala so they could have a little bit of a boogie with MoreConsole. So hey, that's exactly what I did. We had a bit of a boogie in the tower. Cue montage. So I think you get the idea. We boogied until the wee hours of the morning. Now I'm an idiot because I've actually already opened my Shaxi Poo Luminous engram. So we're going to move straight on to Hawthorne and we're going to open her engram. And yes, she's now dropping powerful gear, which is a bloody good thing. Okay, Hawthorne, what have you got for me? Let's see what I get. We got the Ashen weight Gauntlets. I honestly think they're probably one of the worst exotics in the game. I just don't see the point in them at all, but it did drop a 376, so we're going to infuse it because that's all these things are good for, infusion fuel. So let me just infuse that, pop that into those. That's now 376. What else did I get? We got Uriel's Gift, which dropped at 371. Now I think I'm going to actually pop that into this. That will actually make for a very good piece of infusion material. So that's now 376, which is higher than that. So let me pop that on, and we are now 373. We're a little bit higher than we previously were, so it's all good. That brings us to the end of this loot session. Now guys, check this out. More breaking news, and this honestly blows my mind. Bungie has received a $132 million investment from Chinese online gaming company NetEase to create a brand new game alongside Destiny. Now, according to Kotaku's news editor Jason Schreier, Bungie has been quietly working on this new IP for quite some time now. Now, Bungie even released a blog post announcing this new partnership. Here's what the studio had to say. At Bungie, our purpose is to build worlds that inspire friendship. For over 25 years, through Marathon, Myth, Oni, Halo, and Destiny, we've created fantastic places where players have gathered to become heroes. Now, our long-term goal is to become an entertainment company that sustains many worlds simultaneously, Destiny and new worlds to come. Today, we're excited to announce that we've entered into a new partnership with NetEase to help us explore new directions. With their industry expertise, they'll empower us to build new worlds and invite players new and old to join us there. They'll help us support separate teams inside Bungie to bring our newest ambitions to life. If you're a player of Destiny, this news won't impact the hobby you've come to know. Destiny is an experience that will grow for many years to come. We'll continue to work with our partners at Activision to foster this global community and turn new players from all over the world into Guardians. Our commitment to that world is not diminished by this announcement. We have exciting plans for the future of the Destiny franchise, and you'll learn more about the next steps we'll take together in the weeks to come. For now, we're grateful for the opportunity to welcome NetEase to the family. We have a bold vision to explore with them, but that is all a conversation for another time. So yeah, wow, that news came out of nowhere. Bungie has partnered with NetEase to make a non-Destiny related game, a brand new IP that, according to Kotaku, Bungie has been working on for quite some time, and Bungie will continue to work on this new IP while working on Destiny. Now, the studio says this new partnership won't impact the Destiny franchise and that its universe will continue to grow over the coming years. Now, as a lifelong Bungie fan, I'll be following this story with great interest, and of course, I'll be covering it all right here on this channel. So now it's over to you guys. What do you think of this new partnership? Leave your comments below and let me know. So yeah, that brings us to the end of the video. Now guys, if you want to watch more Destiny 2 content, click this image. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for heaps more Destiny 2 content, and thank you so much for watching, and as always, a tee hee hee. Until next time, Guardians.